Hello, Pisces, and welcome to Indigo Rising Tarot. Thank you so much for joining me, and I hope you're having a great day. This will be your weekly reading for the week of November 30th through December 6th. And during that time, we'll have a waxing gibbous moon. And a waxing gibbous is a good time for us to demonstrate that we can make adjustments and be flexible. So take a look around at the things that you're working on and see where you do need to make adjustments and then move forward accordingly. We then have that full moon that comes in on the 5th, and that can leave us feeling heightened emotions, maybe a little bit overwhelmed and anxious or snappy and irritable. And that energy can actually last for the day before, during, and after that full moon. I know for me, I just have a lot of energy during the full moon. So maybe that's you too. Maybe it's not a negative thing for you. I think that just says that you're not a lunatic. So that's the way I like to see it anyway. Yeah, I just have heightened energy during that full moon, and I love it. I love seeing the full moon approaching. So anyway, please keep those moon energies in mind as we move through the week. This will be an intuitive general reading for energies that you may or may not encounter, Pisces. So, as always, please take what resonates today and leave what doesn't on the table for someone else. And your overall message for this reading is to meditate and contemplate. Okay, let's see what the Pisces Collective has going on for the week. As I'm shuffling, my fun weekly reminder this week, Pisces, is that you take the time to really notice the world around you when it comes to synchronicities. So, if you see them, you can't unsee them. And if you don't really see them, if you heighten that awareness for a week or two and say, I'm really going to look for those synchronicities, that might just unlock that for you so that you can see them. I can't remember a time when I really didn't see synchronicities. I feel like it's something that I've just been blessed with my entire life, that those things have kind of popped out at me. I do know there have been times when it's like, oh, there's a change in the synchronicities, or like maybe a change in the number pattern, or it's heightened, where it's just more intense, where I really like, I wear this 444 bracelet that my daughter-in-law got me and my son. Thank you so much. And it is, I see 444, I see 444, I see 5 4 6 4. There's times, and it's a little, just a message for me. So that did increase at some point. Anyway, that's a long story, but just to say, pay attention to those synchronicities. Once you start seeing them, you can't unsee them. And if you don't see them, paying attention to them might increase that for you. So, but it could come through in like repeating number patterns. You could see an animal that you don't see every day, and you might need to think about the attributes of that animal for a situation in your life. It might be an overheard conversation or song. So, but that's my fun weekly reminder, Pisces, is that you pay attention to those synchronicities this week. So, all right, let's get into this reading and I'll stop babbling. So, November 30th through December 6th, Pisces, meditate and contemplate. Your overall present energy is the Six of Cups. So, could be meditating and contemplating and thinking about something from your past. This is typically a card of nostalgia. Is there something that's on your mind? Here we are in the holiday season, and that's a good time to be thinking about things and people and feelings, things from your past. So, you might have a little bit of nostalgia going on that, as you're contemplating, that's something that's on your mind. Your current situation is the High Priestess. So perhaps you had a dream that came in this week that was about that was, where you had a dream when you were younger, or you had a dream when you saw someone from your youth. But and this is also about those synchronicities. So it could be that there have been some synchronistic things that are also a little bit nostalgic for you, that those things are just popping up for you this time of year. At the root of your situation is a little bit of self-indulgence, which is just fine here with the Nine of Cups, and maybe that has caused you to relax so that you have some time to meditate and contemplate. Life gets a little bit busy. Maybe you've had a little bit of time this week to just kind of relax, and maybe you slept a little longer, and that did kind of cause an extra dream cycle for you, where you were able to pick up on something in a dream, and it's just kind of triggered you, and it's got you thinking about something in your past there. What is just behind you? is, yeah, maybe you've just been hard at work trying to keep everything in the air, trying to keep, work, home life, all those things going, and you have had just a little extra time to relax a little this week. Maybe you get to take a long weekend or something going on this week, or some extra time off, or something that has just kind of lightened your load. Maybe work has lightened up a little bit too. Okay, what's on your mind this week is the King of Pentacles. So something has you maybe learning or thinking about your knowledge and applying it in something with the material world. This could be anything from your job, again, buckling down. Um, it's just on your mind that this knowledge that you have. This could be something that you're learning in maybe the financial realm, something in the real estate realm, something that you're just learning about. That's something tangible and material, and it's on your mind even while you're relaxing. That's kind of just in the background on your mind, or something that you've been learning about, or you've been thinking about this knowledge and how you want to apply it in your life. What is just ahead of you this week is the Chariot. So I feel like, didn't you guys have a Chariot? Aren't you guys thinking about a move or something? I feel like there's been something with you that was maybe there last week. Also, what's really funny is I just looked to see what your reading was last week, and it said 222. And I want you to look again. Here's a 2 and here's a 2. When I'm talking about synchronicities, we'll see if another 2 comes up. I think, yeah, you guys had a bunch of 2s last week. Anyway, so just ahead of you is kind of getting ready for this move. It's like you're acquiring this information. This may be what you're contemplating, certainly what you're maybe thinking about. Is it an actual move? Is it a move of a job? Is it something, I feel like there's something that you've been gathering information on here, and it could be some of the stuff is synchronistic also. Um, and nostalgic for some reason. But you're kind of gathering information. You're not ready to make that move yet. But anytime it's usually something pretty significant that you're going to make a move on. And this could be something with work. It could be that you might be trying to get a different job. It could be that you're wanting to move up in the job that you're in. You might be gathering information about, do I really want to do that job? So pay attention to that. I feel like you're gathering some information right now. In your advice position is the Four of Cups. And I feel like, yeah, I've had this with someone else this week. This is such a weird, in this position, this card is so strange for me to read as a reader. So it's a card of being dissatisfied with whatever the universe is asking you, but it's in your advice position. So maybe this means that whatever is being offered to you right now, that it's okay to be dissatisfied and kind of refuse it, that maybe there's something bigger down the pike. That's kind of the only way that I can interpret this in this position. So whatever this is coming in for you, yeah, you may be dissatisfied and you may be thinking, yeah, I don't want that. I don't want that next. So think about that. Your advice is to that's okay. All right. Beyond your control this week, Knight of Wands. So something comes in for you in the way of action, in the way of passion. So something that you like, something that is exciting to you, and it's just kind of beyond your control that it's there and that there's some sort of action there in that realm. So pay attention to that. Also, what is your secret desire, or what you're trying to avoid? Your secret desire is just to have a good time and let all this stuff go. And isn't that all of our secret desires, is to not have any problems or responsibilities and just kind of let it go. But that's not where we are. You're thinking about this move. You've got dreams coming in, things that are activated. You're working hard, but you're also waiting for the universe to offer you something that you really want, not this thing that you're like, it's not really it. That's not it. Next, move along. So, but is it your secret desire to just kind of have a good time, let go, relax, maybe hang out with friends, discuss all this, or are you trying to avoid that? I don't think anyone's ever trying to avoid that. I hope not anyway. I mean, if I saw a hermit card on your reading, I'd be like, yeah, maybe you are trying to avoid being social, but that always seems like a good time. In your outcome position, okay, so we have the Eight of Swords. So feeling a little stuck, but, not only are you feeling stuck, but this is the card of thinking your way out of something. So there may have been something, some commitment or something that you did make here, and you're like, I changed my mind. I don't want to do that. It's okay. Think of a way to get out of it. There's something here that the universe is trying to offer you as you're gathering. It could just be in the information realm, and you're like, I don't like that. So It's okay. It's okay to not accept that thing. I think it just means, sometimes we just get that feeling, that intuitive thought that this is not for me. And there's something else usually comes down the pike. So it's okay to say no to some things. What is hidden from you this week, Pisces? Hidden from you is the Queen of Pentacles. So, very prominent is the King of Pentacles, which is about knowledge. And in this case, it's knowledge in the material realm. So, knowledge when it comes to money, finances, uh, real estate, tangible things, items, shopping, that sort of thing. What is hidden from you is kind of the understanding, kind of that feminine side of the suit. So, this would be kind of, nurturing things that are in that realm, right? And it's just the female side of it, I guess. It's very hard to put into words, but that's kind of hidden from you this week. So this is more about being very logical about all of those material things and not feeling, right? So pay attention to that. Let's see, any other, I only see two twos there with the numerology this week. So, but those twos are still showing up for you. And you may want to watch for those too. Again, I was talking about synchronicities earlier. You might see those like on a license plate. You might see different combination of twos just in the world. And yeah, go read about those angel numbers and see if that makes any sense to you and your world this week, because a lot of times it does. So, all right, let's get a final word here for Pisces. Final message from the Soul Oracle deck. Take the lead is your card that comes up there. Take the lead on what? Gathering that information, maybe. Taking the lead on something in that pentacle realm, could be. Take the lead on saying no to something. I mean, there's a lot of ways to read that card, so I'm sure you know as soon as I said it, that's how readings work, that each of you individually, as soon as I said it, knew exactly what I was talking about. So go ahead and take the lead on that. Let's see what Pisces needs to do in the way of self-care this week. Self-care for Pisces. And your card is the card called Friend. Be as good a friend to yourself as you are to others. So take the lead, take care of yourself, pay attention to that intuition. Go ahead and meditate and contemplate maybe on that nostalgia, maybe on those pentacles that you're trying to, to gather some information to come to a decision. And it's okay to say no. So Pisces, I really wish you the best of luck with all of this week. I hope there's something here that you can take away and use in your week. If you're comfortable sharing, of course, drop me a comment down below and let me know, how relevant any of this was, or if you have questions about any of it, I'd be happy to answer or clarify anything. So also, if you like my reading style, please hit that like and subscribe button. It really helps my channel, but more importantly, it'll help you find me next week, where you can come back and we can see if this reading continues, if this energy continues, or if there's something completely new here for you. So once again, Pisces, thank you so much, and we'll see you next week. Bye-bye.